I was quoted £40,000 to build this garden office, but I managed to complete it in under £10,000. Let me show you how I actually done it. But definitely the idea is like a fantastic space. If you wanted to like use this as a garden room or a man cave, a she room, whatever you want to call it, like the fundamentals of what I've done today is like, hopefully this will actually show you that it can be done. So I did actually have a look at getting some quotes in to like have this made for me, and certainly like the quotes were coming in excess of £40,000. So this is one of the quotes that I went on to. So what I did was I chose the size as close as I possibly could to what I was planning on doing. So my actual shed was 7 meters by 4.5 meters. Now, granted, this has actually got some high-end items on it. The exterior is definitely different to what I did, internals as well, but as you can see, like it's pretty much the same kind of design, same kind of style, and costings there, as you can see, £42,500 for this setup. For me, that's way out of my budget. Again, if you didn't know exactly what I'm trying to achieve here in my garden, because I'm a reseller, what I wanted to do is actually make sure that I put in some storage in my garden. So phase one, which is, as you can see, putting in a shed over here. Phase two is to actually knock all of this down. So these sheds and this gazebo and barbecue area. But then what I'm going to do is actually build a new storage area just over here as well. So the idea is actually to put in a 7 meter by 4.5 meter unit in here, which will mean that I'll be able to work from here and store my stock as well. So that's the idea, that's the plan. But phase one, part of phase one is done. I'm going to update you on the shed when that goes in. So I will give you like a rundown of actually how much this all costs a bit later on in the video. Yeah. Right, so if you didn't know that obviously I'm a reseller, I am not a builder in the slightest. What I've actually learned today is that this is hard work, and would I want to do this like full time? Probably not. I think I much prefer actually like picking up items, doing a bit of shopping, putting them on the internet and making money that way. But making good progress, as you can see. We're probably 3/4 of the way through the base now, so yeah, it's definitely coming on now. So, but yeah, I'm a little bit whacked. Right, so it's now time to knock these down. So I'm going to like do that. I'm going to get them all like demolished and put into the skip. Here you can see we've actually dug a blooming great trench. This is for the electrician to then put in the power cable, so that will go in from the house and then like get dug down and connected up to the garage and the shed. Right, so here we are again. Now the rubble has got even more now. We've got blocks all ready to go. So the plan is, let me just take you over. Right, so we've dug out now the area that is actually going to be, and we've also got all these bits. So these trenches are all going to have blocks in them. So these are the blocks. So these are concrete blocks. Had to like bring these all around from the front. It's taken a week to get to this. We've had like some not great weather as well, so it has definitely put us behind a little bit. So it's taken longer than I was hoping, but it is what it is. Right, job for me to do today, which is I need to replace a couple of fence panels. So, like dig these out. I'm going to put new posts in, one there and one there. I've also got all the timber being delivered tomorrow, so that's going to be an absolute like truckload of wood that's coming through. So hopefully next week should be like a real kind of like jump forward in the proceedings. We are going to have like all the, I would have thought tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, I'll have all the foundations in, and then we'll start building the base. And hopefully then it will be like a fairly quick thing to actually get it all up. But it's a lot harder than I expected. I thought it would be difficult, but I don't think I kind of realised actually how much physical work it was. So we actually have dug out, I think, nearly 60 tons of soil. Could have gone down the route of actually putting in like ground screws, but because this is such a large building, I wanted to actually have something that was pretty solid. So hence we're going for like concrete blocks. So we'd like dig down, and hopefully that will be like kind of nice and secure. Right, well that's one post concrete base like just taken out of, and that was very difficult. So I ended up manhandling it out, so I wrapped that around and pull it out, but that is the hole it's just like came out of. Right, so my morning consists of sunning myself in this glorious weather. Not really, I'm actually mixing up some cement. So this is my morning. I'm gonna like try and get the rest of the foundations all finished. So, but what a glorious day for it. Not a cloud in the sky. Right, Lisa is doing the cladding, painting it. The dog is sunning herself. Nearly completed the base. And Will is having a drink. Right, here we go. So the first pieces of wood just gone down. Damp course all around. So all taking shape nicely. Right, that is the end of the day for me. Managed to get pretty much the whole flooring down. Just got like a few more noggins to do, but yeah, it now it's starting to feel like kind of pretty ginormous, which is good. But I'm sure once the walls and roof and all that side of it go up, it probably will make it feel a bit smaller, I think. Right, so that's another day completed. Right, let me show you like what we've got up to today. Scorching hot. I think I've actually got a bit of suntan as well. So French doors have now arrived. So they were absolutely like ridiculously heavy. And we've also managed to put in half of the flooring. So this is actually the insulation. We're still waiting for the rest of it to go in. We've had the guttering turn up today as well. So the first, one of the next jobs is actually to put it across here with the downpipe. I think that is it. Yeah, so we finished off all the noggins, putting all that in, and so yeah, we're cracking on. It's now Thursday evening. It's definitely starting to like get a little bit draining, but hopefully it won't be too horrendous if the dog doesn't destroy the flooring. Right, major progress is going on now. A couple of walls starting to go up, as you can see. This is the back area, so this will be the lowest part of the actual the ceiling height. So I'm just shy of 6 foot, so this is going to give me like plenty of space. Ceiling's going to come up to about this kind of area. So yeah, all in all, starting to take shape. Thank you very much, Will. Right, so it's another glorious sunny day, and we've just put up the first joist. So what we're going to be doing is, these are 6x2s, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be doubling these up. So in other words, I'm going to like put 2 of these together and then like bolting them all in, just to give that extra strength. Because this is like a pretty wide span, I want to make sure that we don't have any bowing or anything like that going on. Probably is a little bit of overkill, but I'd rather like get this right at the first stage. If I'm gonna, so what I don't want to do is actually in the future have to like replace this roof. I'm putting a rubber roof onto it as well, which is definitely not cheap, but I want to like get it, make sure this is absolutely watertight. So yeah, I'll update you with more progress. Right, so I thought I'd give you a quick update on the shed build. Well, as my good friend Will actually said, it's not actually a shed, it's more of a kind of like a storage unit. So yeah, it's been a busy day today. Right, we've now got a lot of the vapor barrier up. We've got the battens up, not all around, but we've definitely made a start. Finished off the roof joist with the noggins up there. So that's all like finished off. But we've also had the electrician in as well. So he's done first fix. One of the key things was like trying to work out was where all of like the plug sockets were going to be going. So this area here is going to be where my desk is, so that's probably where the majority of like kind of the power sockets are. I'm going to like have some at the bottom. I'm going to have some midway as well, which I'll have USB that I can plug in as well. Then moving across, then we're going to have like the photo station. I've decided as well to actually have some more lights going along here. I'm going to have a dedicated one for my desk, so that will like I can adjust that. I'm going to have like more natural lights coming down straight onto my photo setup, and then another one at the end. I'm also just trying to future-proof as well. So just here, I'm actually going to have an adjustable spotlight. So if I do decide to actually have like a mannequin, I can actually put that at the end there, and that will actually shine directly over there. Then lighting just over here, we've actually gone for, I've got 3 spotlights going down this area, 3 going down this bit here as well. And the idea is that I'm going to have racking all on the side, and then walkway down here. So that's where the lights are going to be. Then we have like 2 sets of racking in the middle, and then we've got another walkway, and then over here it's going to be more racking as well. So I just need to like work out where my packing station is going to be. So I may actually put it over here at the moment. This is going to be like where the main lighting system is going to be. So the dimmable switches, and just up here, this is where the fuse box and all that malarkey is going to be going as well. So as you can see, like kind of a lot of the vapor barrier, that's all gone on to the side, that side and that side. So tomorrow is going to be doing the finish off the roof. When I say finish off, I'm going to be putting on the OSB, so the sheeting, so which is this stuff. So this is 18mm thick. So that will go over the whole area, and once that's done, then I'm going to like put the rubber roof on top of it. So yeah, that's I think tomorrow's job. Try and get some more of the batten and that up. Once that's up, then I'm going to start looking to put more insulation in the walls. So all on here, it's going to be more like a rock wall effect, so it'd be like more softer, so you can pack it all out and then like put plasterboard all over here, and then all at the top here as well. So this is all going to be plasterboarded as well. So hopefully this week like should see like quite a big progress. It does feel like it's been going on for a long time. We're on just starting week 4 now, so it's pretty draining, but I can start to see the I think the end in sight now, hopefully anyway. Right, so I'm going to leave that there for the video. Hopefully that's enjoyable. Please let me know like in the comments if you've got any questions. Is this something that you would like to do? Would you like to do it yourself, or would you actually just get someone in to do it, because it is a blooming lot of work. As always, like if you haven't, like do please subscribe as well. I'll try and keep you updated. Right, so this is another pivotal moment. What we're doing is we've taken delivery of the rubber roof. So this now needs to be manhandled up onto the top of the roof. I think naively, I thought it was going to be pretty light, or I could probably just put it on my shoulder, which definitely isn't the case. So I had to purchase, I think it was a 9m by 6m sheet of this rubber roof. So the actual weight of it was probably getting close to about 150 kilos. So as you can see, we tried to kind of instill good safety practices. But so yeah, like kind of my son Will on the roof, and me and Owen were down the bottom. So what we done was we put it into one of these bags, and then just fundamentally just tried to actually manhandle it up. So like literally like pull it up. So yeah, we had to like kind of move the ladders because they started to get in the way. But it was definitely like kind of like a hard job, so not something that I think you could do on your own. I may be wrong. Like I think if you've got someone who's like incredibly strong, you might be able to do it. But I think it's safety wise, it's a lot better to actually have a couple of people in it. Once it was up, it was a case of actually just unrolling it and letting it sit for a while, because you'd need to like get rid of like all the creases and the crinkles on it. Right, just up on the roof, put the rubber roof just down, just to like let it ease off, and then what we do is we're going to like get it all glued down and all fixed. What that means is that I've actually like flipped up the end of the roof. Then what I'm going to do is actually going to like paint all the way on that side, plus on the rubber roof as well, some contact adhesive. And then that should bond it all the way around. So that will go all the way on that side, all on that side, and then all on the other side. Right, doing the back of the building now. So we've actually got the vapor barrier just going on. Will is stapling that on. So once that's done, then it's going to be battens, and then we've got this, which is like a composite cladding that's going to be going on to the back. I think that's like their roof bits, their roof, but they should do the trick when it comes to actually protecting the back. This is like kind of like, no one's going to see this, so I'm happy for this to not be quite the same as the rest of it. So this is where I'm at to so far. As you can see, it's pretty much like completed. I've just got internals to do. A blooming good tidy up of it outside of the garden, but that's where we're up to so far. Internally, we're definitely making some good progress. Get some lights on. Right, so tape and jointing, it's a very messy job. I definitely am not a professional at this. I'm just trying to like get it done as best as I possibly can. So got a bit more to do, more of the ceiling, so that's going to probably be the job for today. And then once that's done, it'll be a case of just assessing, see what it's like, get it sanded down, and then maybe see if I need to put any more over it just to make it look nice. Some of the joints are definitely not ideal, but again, I'm trying to do this on a budget. I can't unfortunately afford to get a professional plasterer in, so I'm just trying to do the best I possibly can. But once that is done, then I've actually got some white emulsion, some matte emulsion, and that will like visibly go over the whole section. So that's going to be like all the walls and the ceiling as well. And then once that's done, I've then got the ability to put a flooring down. So at the moment we've just got OSB, so it's like a chipboard on there. It's 18mm, so no real give to it, so it feels like I'm pretty solid. So I'm happy with that side of it. But what I've decided to go on for my flooring, this is more of a kind of like testing out, but I'm going to like use these, which are like their gym floor mats. So as you can see, they all just like kind of like click in together. So hopefully once that's all in, it'll be nice to like to stand on. So yeah, nice to stand on, and it should make it a little bit warmer, more insulating as well, deaden the sound because it's very echoey in here at the moment. So yeah, once that's all in, then we've got racking to build. So we're going to go down this section first, and then potentially in the middle as well. And then I need to set up my whole kind of processing area. So desk, kind of cabinet, photo setup. Photo setup I've gone for, which is just, as you can see up here, I've actually got direct lights going straight down, and that's going to go directly onto my my station. I've also got a directional light up here, which is going to give me some more light. I'm not sure if I need to move that around a little bit. Right, one of the very last jobs to do is I need to silicone around the window and door. So I've got my silicone gun all ready. I've gone for a white one, just got this from Wix. So I'm gonna do this now. Right, next job is to start putting up some racking. I bought these ones, so they've definitely come down in price. Quick update where I'm at. So I've had to build more shelving, just because the quantity that I'm going to have coming in is not going to be enough. So we've got 4 racks down here, got 3 down there. As a temporary, I'm going to leave it at like this at the moment. I've got another set of racks coming down here, plus it's coming out further as well. I'm going to probably do more racking over here as well. So I need to get the racks cable tied, just to make sure they're all secure. So that's my next job, and then once that's done, I'm going to start bringing in the stock in here. But yeah, time is definitely getting on, so it's 5:05 now. All right, here she is. So I've still got some final tweaking bits and pieces, but fundamentally it is now all done. We've got all the electrics in. The shed has been moved over as well, so it's not that much that gap. We've got some steps all been put in now. But the garden definitely has seen better days. But yeah, there she is. So let me get in and I'll show you. Right, we are in, and I've now been in here for a few weeks. So I've been using this to run my business. So as I say, this could be quite easily be used for whatever purpose you wanted. So if you wanted this as a garden room, if you wanted a nice size games room or a bar, this would be an incredible space. So I'm going to give you a quick look around. Right, so this is where we come in. This is my front door. As you can see, I've actually got the window just over there as well, all fully opening. What I have found in the really hot weather, that it is definitely warm in here. I do think at some point I'm going to have to get some air conditioning. I also need to organise some venting in here as well. So at the moment, I'm keeping the windows open, but I do know that that is something that I definitely need to like deal with sooner rather than later. But as you can see, this is my workstation. I actually designed it so I could actually look out of my window straight into the garden. So super happy with that. I've got a lot of my kind of like technical printers, etc, etc. I've got a packing station. This is where my photo setup is as well. All the lights are working and performing like perfectly. I think some of like kind of the downside so far is just like a spotting where I've done the taping and jointing. I definitely haven't done a brilliant job of that. So in the future, maybe I will do something else. Maybe I will get it plastered, but at the moment, I'm happy with it as it is. But then because I'm actually using this as a storage unit, as you can see, here we've actually got a load of my items just onto racking. I've actually secured these kind of racks to the wall. What I went straight into the battens like in the wall, so everything is all secure. And just moving around here, so we've got more space. Flooring, probably one of like the biggest things that I potentially do regret now. I don't think this is actually particularly good. Well, I know it's not very good. It's a real cheap option. And what I have noticed, like when the sun comes in and it's like beating down, it does warp a lot of these like floor tiles. So it's nice to walk on, but I think the quality of these ones are not particularly good. So I've also like set myself up a little dehumidifier just to try and like take some of the the damp air out of here. Some of the white walls are starting to like get a few marks on it as well, but that again, in the grand scale of things, is not that much of an issue. I can always like just get a little bit of paint and actually like do a top up on it. But that is it. That's what I've actually like set up, and hopefully like this has been helpful for you guys. But one of the very key things is actually how much this cost me. So let me like run through the numbers and I'll show you exactly like what I paid for this. Right, so now it's time for the breakdown of the costs. So one of the very first ones, which was the skip hire. Now, this was a lot more expensive than I ever thought it was going to be. So I needed 3 skips, so that came in at £870 for it. So a good chunk of money on just getting rid of things like rubble and old sheds and that side of it. So next we got the foundations. So this would include all the blocks and the hardcore and cement and all that side of it. So that came in at £470. Then we've got probably the biggest bill, which was the actual timber. So this was the OSB, the 4x2s, and all the other bits and pieces. So I actually got this from a local timber merchant. If I'd got it through somewhere like Wicks or something like that, it would have probably been considerably more expensive, but still a chunk of money. Again, another expensive part was actually the insulation. So £778.68. That was for the floor and the ceilings, which I put in 75mm PIR like insulation boards, and in the walls I actually then put in like rock wool, which I got that from Wicks, and that was on special offer at the time. Right, then we went for the rubber roof, and I was super like conscious that I wanted to make sure that the roof was absolutely like kind of bulletproof. I didn't want any issues with leaks or anything like that, so that's why I went for the rubber roof. £1,019. I went again for a local company. There are plenty of other ones that are online you can go through. I found this process like one of the easiest parts. Super easy, even for a real novice like me. Then I went for the cladding. So cladding was £606.56. That does include on the back wall. I actually put some roof boards instead of like the wood tongue and groove. It definitely was a bit of a faff having to like paint it all before it went on, but I'm really pleased with the way it looks. But yeah, it is what it is. You can go for like definitely more expensive wood, but I try to keep the cost down. So as I say, like just over £600 for that. Probably my biggest kind of saving, which was when it comes to the doors and window. So I actually got the from a local building site down my road. They were throwing out windows, so I repurposed those, got those for free, and then I had a huge amount of grief when it comes to buying the French doors. They were I bought them from B&Q, and I thought that they were just going to be delivered. I got a phone call from them to say that unfortunately they've been damaged in transit. So they actually wanted me to go and like, pick something off the shelf, but then they couldn't deliver it. So it was a real kind of like pain in the backside. But that being said, they actually done me a really, really good deal on the one I did decide to. So that was £374.35. And then another one of the big ones, which was probably not what I was expecting, which was the electrics. And there was a lot involved in that side of it. I've got a huge amount of plugs, lots of lighting, but more importantly was actually getting the feed from my house into the shed. That was quite complicated, so hence it actually put the price of the electrics up. So just over £2,000, £2,032. Then we've got the plasterboard, so £319.28. Got that from Wix as well. The beauty with Wix at the moment is, I don't know if this is normal, but their delivery cost is very, very cheap. So it's just £4 that Wix in the UK actually charge to actually like get that delivered. So I was happy, but £319.28. And the last one, which was all the kind of miscellaneous bits and pieces. We're talking paint, we're talking the floor covering, the nails, the kind of sealant, so everything else. I tried to top that all up. So £449.67, which was like kind of like the overall cost for all those bits and pieces. Right, so we've got to the bottom line figure. So that's it. £9,475.68 is what it actually physically cost me in total. So that was a lot of hard work. I thought in my head that I would probably be able to get this done in 2 weeks. It took me close to 2 months, so considerably longer than I naively thought. But I'm still super proud and super happy with what I've managed to achieve. I really don't claim to have any real knowledge. I've done a huge amount of research on the internet, but I still don't think that prepared me for kind of like the amount of physical work. Now, if you're used to like kind of doing manual labour and like this may not be too much of an issue, but I found it a real struggle, I have to say. But I am super thankful for kind of like everyone who helped me on this project, and I really have to kind of like call out my really good friend Will, whose technical ability, his like his pure amounts of like work effort he put into like helping me on this project. Now I've not kind of put costs down for him because like he was so kind and actually like kind of like done the project with me like for mates rates, so it's not fair for me to actually include that. But I would certainly say that like if it was kind of a normal kind of like workman, you're probably looking at like probably a couple of £100 per day. So I'm incredibly fortunate and thankful for all the help and support that Will gave me, plus everyone else, and like my wife and like neighbours who've been incredibly supportive as well. So I'm like super happy, as I say, like with the final product. There are definitely some things that I need to like tweak and finish off, but that can be done in the future. So I hope this video has helped. I hope it's actually been something that's inspired you. So as you can see, we are all done. I'm hopeful this will actually add value to my property as well. So yeah, this is the biggest I could have actually made without getting planning permission. So please do leave me any comments, and again, like, I'm not a professional. This is me like being a kind of a DIYer, so please be gentle with me. But right, again, I'm going to leave the video there, so hopefully that's been helpful and has inspired you to maybe like give this a go. Again, if you need anything, please do leave me a comment, and I will catch you on the next one.